every day 300 games released in the market. Lifetime of each game would be a 1 week or 10 days or a month or a year. Like Clash of Clans and Candy Crush, they are running for ages.
Yeah.
But most of the games, they last only for a month.
Yeah.
AR is just a topping on top of game development. After you develop the game, you just add one or two things which makes it VR or AR. You have a parallel Hyderabad inside metaverse where Amitabh Bachchan has a plot and the plot next to it costs very high, and if you go outside, the plots cost lower, like how real estate happens.
Yeah. In 2022, there were few buzzwords trended all over the year, and finally it appears just like a bubble burst. Few of them are like the cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and metaverse is also one thing, because suddenly like everyone stopped talking about metaverse.
It's not that without these devices your life will stop. It's just a value addition for you.
Yeah. Earlier, online advertising is a choice, but not a mandate. But because brands started using this online advertising, but now it's a mandate. If you're not advertising through online, like you're out of the competition.
And if Apple Vision Pro comes, even that will be used by enterprises only. Who in the general public will buy a VR headset for 3 lakhs just for entertainment?
Yeah.
Unity developers are the top 10 trending jobs in India.
Yeah.
Huge demand for Unity developers, and availability of them in the market is very less. We ourselves, we are struggling a lot to hire good Unity developers. Even if we are ready to pay 25 lakhs or 30 lakhs per annum, we are not getting the right candidates with the right skill. So if someone is an expert or he gets expert in Unity, it will be a very good career choice for sure.
Someone want to start their own business, in the AR and VR space or gaming space in general. Like what can they expect from entities like T-Hub?
Basically, there is one new block coming in from T-Hub, which is called Image.
Okay.
I think the news is there for a long time. So Image towers are something which are only dedicated for gaming and VR AR.
Okay. Augmented reality and virtual reality, these are two keywords that are trending all over the internet since couple of months. Even Apple's Vision Pro is something that has made AR and VR more popular. And we have also witnessed the metaverse buzz in the last 6 to 7 months. But yeah, to make it more clear, to make it more simplified for all of you, I have Surya Prakash. He's a CEO and co-founder of Deeploop Technologies. He is into VR and AR space since couple of years. So I thought like he is the best person to talk about this and to have some healthy discussion about this topic. Hello, Surya. Thanks for accepting my invitation.
Hi, Yaswanth. Thanks for inviting me as well. Yeah.
It might not be a new term for you because you are in this space since a couple of years, but most of the audience, AR and VR, like these buzzwords are really new. Of course, like it's there since many years. After this metaverse boom and after this Apple's Vision Pro launch and even this Oculus thing, like many were excited to know about augmented reality and virtual reality, and mainly because like Facebook changed its name to Meta, this term has been becoming popular. Like what actually this AR and VR? You will find many technical definitions in the internet, but because like you are in this space, like you are a founder of an AR and VR startup, so like I want to hear from you what actually AR and VR is in simple terms.
As you have said, for last 2 years, this has been trending well, but this is there for at least more than a decade.
Yeah.
And we started off with VR since 2014.
Okay.
Where the first like VR was there for a long time, but it was very expensive.
Yep.
But later on, once Google has released its first version of Google Cardboard, which costs only 250 rupees, you can put your mobile phone inside it and wear it. Yep. That's the easiest and cheapest virtual reality device which is available in the market even today. So that is where we have started our VR and AR journey as well. And later on, after 2 or 3 years of that, augmented reality started, where there were SDKs like Vuforia, and also SDKs from Unity itself called Google AR Core and AR Kit for iOS. Like that, people started off with smaller releases. Yeah. So that's where VR and AR started. And even today, the first release, which is Google's Cardboard, we should be thankful to it, but it is highly underrated. People do not talk about it much. Even today, that is the cheapest VR device, which even a lower middle class person can experience. Okay. Later on, when you have talked about the upcoming Apple Vision Pro, that will definitely bring a boom. And with respect to Oculus Quest, which you have mentioned as well. Yeah. So Oculus Quest is one such revolution which has made VR as a hands-free device. So like previously we have to connect it to a laptop and then use it.
Yeah.
But after it came in, you can just plug it in and start using it. So that's where it has brought the revolution in industry. Since the cost is under for 50,000, that's more about the devices which are running in the market.
You co-founded the Deeploop. Like, what made you to start that AR startup? Like, what is your journey like?
So basically, we started as game developers.
Okay.
We were game developers from 2012. We did a bunch of PC games as well as a bunch of Android games.
Yeah.
While doing this, we realized like we were able to produce some good games and we got some awards as well.
Yeah.
But while in this transition, we understood each and every day 300 games released in the market every day on an average. So, and the lifetime of each game would be a 1 week or 10 days or a month or a year. Like Clash of Clans and Candy Crush, they are running for ages.
Yeah.
But most of the games, they last only for a month.
Yeah.
So we should be able to milk as much money as possible within that particular 1 month. So then we realized there is a lot of competition. We have to spend a lot of money to market our game to reach the audience. And after reaching, if the game is good or not, it can be a hit or not. We don't know. That's again purely a luck.
Yeah.
So being independent developers, it is a risk for us, and we do not have such financial stamina as well to invest so much in marketing.
Yeah.
So where we realized VR and AR, these are pretty new technologies.
Yeah.
So for outside world, VR and AR is something new, but for game developers, it is nothing for them because it is just like a topping on top of ice cream we put. So it's VR or AR is just a topping on top of game development. After you develop the game, you just add one or two things which makes it VR or AR. So for us, it's additional 5% of work on what we do.
Okay.
We thought very few people are available in the market right now. Maybe after 5 years, VR and AR, it will boom. And at that time, we will be holding 5 years of experience in VR and AR, and we will be the very few experts available in the market.
Okay.
Which will make us successful. That's where our thought process and journey started.
Okay.
And today we are, after we have started this, because of our previous experience, in 2 years, we were able to bag 30 clients. That's where our journey, we were lucky. Like if AR and VR didn't boom well, our efforts would have been wasted, but we were lucky in that aspect.
You got any funding from VCs?
Yeah, we got funded from an angel.
Okay.
So his name is Chandra Dasri and he lives in the US.
Okay.
So we have received a funding of 3.5 crores from him.
You are from Hyderabad and it's a Hyderabad based startup. Like, did you got any support from T-Hub, because T-Hub is known for supporting startups like this? Like, did you got any support from T-Hub?
Yeah, we are like very closely partnered with T-Hub for last 2 years.
Okay.
At least we got at least 3 big brands from T-Hub. Like they promote us wherever they go. Like we set up stalls at good events. Like T-Hub gives an immense support for us.
Because like this is a new space and many would not take risk to start in AR or VR startup, because still it's a new space. Of course, like it's there more than a decade, but most of the general audience, it's still a new space. So yeah, taking this step to start an AR and VR startup is really a big step, I can say. Like when we talk about applications of AR and VR, like one thing that every one of us would associate is gaming. Like in general, like we used to get that VR box from Flipkart or Amazon, and we used to put our mobile and play some games or watch some on videos like related to VR to experience that virtual reality. But there were many different applications apart from gaming and entertainment. Like, what do you think are trending applications at this moment on the space of AR and VR?
So AR and VR, with respect to public, it is mostly known for gaming.
Yeah.
A lot of people play very exciting games in virtual reality.
Yeah.
AR has okay games only, like it doesn't have some game changer games yet. But in VR, there are a bunch of games which will excite you a lot. But in the actual market, so VR and AR, they are widely used for industrial applications.
Yep.
Like if you want to train an employee, VR is the first resort is what is going to happen in future, where you can automate everything in VR.
Yeah.
So you don't need a trainer. You do not need a physical space. You do not need physical equipment. So the equipment is damage free, and you need not put a person to sit and train him. He just wears the VR headset. What you need is a small room with a VR headset, and the training happens by itself. The employee gets trained. So this is one particular use case, and the other thing is the sales, where people cannot come to the physical stores or people cannot travel to a particular place. So we can set up virtual stores where people can just walk in like how they're walking into the shopping malls, go to a random shop inside and do their shopping.
Yeah.
Right now, it is happening as a you might know in blockchain. It is happening as a with the help of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So soon, if that turns into real money, it will be even nicer. Like there is real estate, virtual real estate going on.
Yeah.
So you have a parallel Hyderabad inside metaverse where Amitabh Bachchan has a plot and the plot next to it costs very high. And if you go outside, the plots cost lower, like how real estate happens.
Yeah.
This is something which is happening. Right now, after the Bitcoin's crash, it has reduced, but it trended like anything before.
Maybe like
And
even
next,
the virtual real estate boom will happen in the coming days if this goes viral.
yeah, hopefully. It doesn't need any documentation or there is no threat of someone doing a kabja of it.
Yeah.
So
Because it's blockchain
yeah.
based. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. The NFT will stay with you.
Great. I mean, in 2022, there were few buzzwords that had trended all over the year, and finally, it appears just like a bubble burst. I mean, few of them are like the cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and metaverse is also one thing because companies invested a lot. Major companies, at least like Facebook, invested a lot on metaverse. But suddenly, like everyone stopped talking about metaverse. I mean, for the last 6 to 7 months. But yeah, maybe like people like you are still working on metaverse space, and you might be hearing every day. But yeah, general audience, I'm talking about a general audience. Like, is metaverse a bubble, or like why it suddenly? The boom stopped all of a sudden. Why do you think is the reason?
Yeah, so basically, two things. First, I'll talk about the blockchain.
Yeah.
Before coming to because blockchain is a core part of metaverse.
Yeah.
So these cryptocurrencies, this pump and dump happens regularly. Like even in 2016 or so, Bitcoin has raised from like 40,000 Indian rupees. It went up to 14 lakhs.
Yeah.
And it again fell down to 3 lakhs.
Yeah.
Again, after you would have seen that the Tesla's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And all, it went up to 56 lakhs. And suddenly he says it's not economic friendly, and it came down to 20.
Yeah.
And even before this, probably you might know this, like the Bitcoin was used for doing kidnaps or human trafficking, drug peddling. So that, and hackers used to take that is where the Bitcoin was used. But because of its good good secured network and all, it came to the general public as well.
Yeah.
People, like many giants, just use this as a pump and dump for increasing their money since it is not regulated.
Yeah.
So that's one reason you keep seeing it going up and going down, going up and going down.
Yeah.
And when it comes to VR and AR in particular, unless the hardware is affordable, it will not take off.
Yep.
So if you get for 5,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees, if you get a AR glass like this, where you wear it, the AR starts. That's when the people will start using it.
Yep.
So the cheapest VR device is 50,000 rupees at least.
Yeah.
In the market, and the cheapest AR glasses are at least 30 to 40,000.
Yeah.
Until these prices come down, you won't see general public using it. They have a mobile phone and they can do whatever they want inside it.
Yeah.
Definitely good devices. I would definitely support this, but it's not that without these devices your life will stop. It's just a value addition for you.
Yeah.
So as a value addition to your life, and it comes under proper cost, you won't see this growing up as quick as the AI.
Yeah. True, but like when you talk about like AI, like I will say one thing. Even like take an example of digital marketing. Earlier, online advertising is a choice, but not a mandate. But because brands started using this online advertising, but now it's a mandate. If you're not
Correct.
advertising through online, like you're out of the competition. Maybe
Correct.
I mean something similar might happen in the AR and VR space as well. If all brands or major brands started pushing it, started working on it, then ultimately we might see, I mean, a similar AI kind of boom in this space as well.
Yeah, true. Like right now, only enterprises are using it because of the cost.
Yeah.
All big brands started using VR and AR now. Like since we personally deal with many clients, everyone wants to research what this is capable of. They see potential in it. Only thing is the cost barrier.
Yeah.
Even if Apple Vision Pro comes in, even that will be used by enterprises only. Who in the general public will buy a VR headset for 3 lakhs just for entertainment?
Yeah. True. That's a
So,
major
yeah.
challenge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like if an individual wants to get into this AR and VR space, like they want to become an AR and VR developer, what roadmap do you suggest?
So for VR and AR development, there are two major platforms, like the tools which are used by the entire industry,
Okay.
most of it. So first thing is Unity,
Mm.
which is quite popular tool,
Yeah.
and the second one is Unreal Engine. So we should call them as game engines rather than tools because they are meant for game development.
Yeah.
Since as I said, for any AR or VR application, gaming is the foundation. So if someone wants to be a AR or VR developer, first he should become a game developer.
Yeah.
He should know, he should understand the game fundamentals, how
Mm.
the game is, how the networking happens. Everything he has to get to know uh, before coming into VR plus AR. AR and VR is something we can learn in a week. There
Yeah.
is not much much complex in that. So gaming and how you architect your application, that remains the same.
Okay.
There are like free tools available in the market, but just you plug it in and AR and VR works. There is not much research needed for that.
Okay.
So the roadmap should be you pick a tool among Unreal Engine or Unity. I would prefer Unity because we are Unity developers and market is like the developers are high in Unity.
Yeah.
So Unity could be a good start where you can start with a basic game and then you can move on to VR and AR.
Okay. How is the hiring in this space? I believe like only big tech companies are, I mean, currently working on this space. So how is the hiring in this space?
Like 2 years ago, Unity developers are the top 10 trending
Yeah.
jobs in India.
Yeah.
So there is a huge demand for Unity developers and availability of them in the market is very less. We ourselves, we are struggling a lot to hire good Unity developers.
Yeah.
Even if we are ready to pay 25 lakhs or 30 lakhs per annum, we are not getting the right candidates with the right skill. So if someone is an expert or he gets expert in Unity,
Yeah.
it will be a very good career choice for sure. Mm.
Yeah, definitely. And like one problem that I see is like students need to, I mean, take that initiative to learn game development. But the problem is the hardware. Even like to run an Unity gaming engine, like they need a high-end laptop. It's not really easy to run in a basic laptop. So that is something which is preventing, I mean, students or young professionals to learn game development. Maybe yeah,
True.
if a government or like take initiatives in promoting these programs quite often, then ultimately we will see major up in the space.
You have rightly pointed it because like even your academics do not teach it or
Yeah.
you don't have support for that. So you
Yeah.
should invest money as well as your personal time if you want to learn this. You have rightly pointed it.
What do you think are the major challenges in this space going forward? Like one challenge is the cost that we have already discussed. What do you think are the other challenges?
Second choice is the resource availability, like just what we have spoke right now.
Yeah.
Even if we want to create a world-class product, we need strong developers to do it.
Yeah.
We cannot do with a bunch of 5 or 6 developers we have, or we cannot personally sit and do it.
Yeah.
Unless we have solid resources in that particular area,
Yeah.
we cannot build good products. That is one big challenge where we have excess projects and very few resources who are able to handle it.
Yeah.
So this is not a problem only for us.
Mm.
In metaverse, any has this particular problem, including Tech Mahindra or it could be TCS. This is another major challenge with respect to companies.
Got it. Maybe we'll see. the change in the trend in the coming days.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Before ending this discussion, like as you said, like you have some close association with the T-Hub and your startup is getting some support from it. Like if someone want to start their own business, I mean, in the AR and VR space or gaming space in general, like what can they expect from, I mean, associations or entities like T-Hub?
Basically, there is one new block coming in from T-Hub, which is called Image.
Okay.
I think the news is there for a long time. So image towers are something which are only dedicated for gaming and VR AR.
Okay.
That building itself is dedicated only for these particular startups or companies.
Oh.
So that is one very good point. Once it gets launched, people will get a lot of encouragement in that particular area.
Okay.
So we are also eagerly waiting for that. And as you know, but we have to do some background work. You should be strong.
Yeah.
With respect to tech and with respect to your business idea, you should be strong. Only then you have to approach them.
Yep.
I mean, if we go with some vague ideas with half knowledge product, then they won't let you in second time. That's there.
Yeah.
So once you are clear and the business model is clear, then it's good to approach T-Hub or the image towers which I have sent.
Got it.
Then definitely they will, like, once they see stuff in you, they will definitely keep promoting you. There is no doubt in that.
Cool. So yeah, one should be, I mean, I can say one should have more clarity like before approaching T-Hub or any other entity for funding or to scale their business. Yeah, that's a good point.
After going to T-Hub, you should not ask how to start a company.
Yeah.
At that person, after you register a company and you have a MVP working in your hand, then
Yeah.
if you go and ask them, this is my product, how to scale it up, how to sell it, then that makes more sense.
Completely agree with you. Yeah. Great, Surya. Then I think you have covered a lot of things that a beginner or someone who is interested to learn about this space. First of all, like thank you so much for accepting my invitation to be a part of this video. And I hope your startup will scale in a more better way and in a quick way as well.
Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone. You will find the LinkedIn profile of Surya Prakash in the description. You will check it out. And if you have any doubts regarding AR and VR or in this space, you can connect with him on LinkedIn.